What's going on, everybody? I figured I updated my little art studio here a little bit, so I give you get a little breakdown of my little makeshift studio here in my living room and some of the supplies I use. And then at the end, from the thumbnail, you probably saw, going to be trying to paint that painting, which is my current roommate who's moving out at the end of this month, and his girlfriend as Game of Thrones characters, Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen, because they just watched the series, and I was sitting out here, and it just came to me. I'm like, I'm gonna try to draw them as that, and it turned out pretty well. So, 1 second, we'll get started. What's going on, everybody? Uh, Gonna be doing a little bit of an art studio tour here. My little makeshift art studio in my living room here. So you guys can kind of see where I'm working, what I have, and I'll share some of the tools that I use or have been using over the years and what works for me, and kind of show you guys some of my stuffs here. And then at the end, I'm going to be painting. If you're from the thumbnail, you could tell it's a picture of my roommate and his girlfriend as Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen. And I just got this super fancy Bristol 3-ply paper to paint on, which I guess Alex Ross uses. That's why I ordered it. And I'm like, that's got to be the best kind of stuff they use gouache on. So that's what we'll be doing here at the end. So let me fix the camera here. Face it more the other way. Stop looking at my ugly mug. All right, well, see, this is my living room here. A little small living room. I got some artwork over there from the comic book The Beauty. Jeremy Hawn. He does The Realm too, but these are all signed prints. I'm trying to get frames from him. That's the #1 issue signed by both the guys. I have that one framed, but these are all signed prints from him that I have, which I need to get frames for because they're awesome. And I got these little marble things I found at Hobby Lobby and like the poster bins one day. They got Hulk, Captain America, old school stuff. It's like old covers, Iron Man. What other one is there? There is a Spider-Man somewhere. I don't know where he's at. I think he's in my room. But I've been needing an update. As you can see, there's an earthworm gym behind the couch there, and my dog Jompy, a couch potato. But yeah, I gotta do a little bit of rearranging in here, kind of make it better. What I'm planning on doing is getting sectional, like you see cubicles like walls to build right here. There's some boxes of comics back there, DC box, Marvel box, just some plain boxes of Image and stuff. And then this is kind of my little studio here. Well, right there, it's a little dark, but there's a dog crate right here for a little puppy Gunner. But I guess we'll start right here. This is see if I get a little bit more light in here. My printer, it's an Epson Workforce 7710. So far works great. I got it for a good deal, so it's less than $200. So far it's been perfect. Got my little tapestry here of the moon. Found this thing on sale during the pandemic on Facebook. It was like some hippie store closing, and it said it was $70 and it was on sale for 20, I think, 20 something. But yeah, I had my doubts if it would even show up or I was getting scammed, but it did show up, and it's pretty cool. It'll look cooler if I actually had a black light. But this right here, let me take a seat here. This was my first drawing table that I bought at Hobby Lobby. Just a little basic table that it's gotten a little broken up over the years moving and stuff. So I kind of use it just like as a regular backup table to keep some stuff on. Got a pad of watercoloring paper here. Like I said, I'm using gouache, so I've been testing out a lot of different kind of papers just to see, right, so I can know going forward which ones I'm going to be buying instead of trying different kinds. It's the Strathmore 400 series. I think it's the cold press. Yeah, it's the cold press. It's all right paper. It's decent for a good pad if you need something to color on. Let me show you something here that I did. It's got more colors. I've been kind of working on this little Harley Quinn here and there. You know, it's coming along kind of nice. That arm was really screwed up last week, but I figured out I learned how to, with gouache, you can just add water, go over it, paper towel, let it dry, and then you can add a new layer of paint and cover up whatever kind of mistakes you have there. So you can kind of see it got a little muddy here. That's what her whole arm looked like, and I was able to fix that. So kind of just been doing this as like a here and there. when I'm painting something else. There. Other papers that I have this little chest here. I got to get shelving units. I don't got a lot of space here, but I keep all my paper. You can see I got my Strathmore Bristol board blue line paper. Oh, got scrap. This is a super awesome watercolor paper. If you use watercolors, it's expensive. This little pad I think goes for like 18. Like the big pieces, the big like 17 by like 15s are like it's like $80 for a pad. But this paper is the shiznit. It does work awesome. It's watercolor and gouache. This is the paper. I'm getting a blue line template. Most of you guys know Tyler from Draw and Talk. He's building me a little custom blue line template grid so I can print my own blue lines. And this is the paper I'm using it on. I bought this pad a while ago to test out. It's a Strathmore 500 series, vellum Bristol board. This stuff is like a pillow to draw on. Like if you do pencils, like traditionally, I love this paper. It's very soft. It's really really nice paper. The Bristol board and the blue line stuff, these are great too. But this just holds up. It's a little bit higher quality of paper. Holds up the washes a little bit more. Because if in my style, I like using ink washes and gray tones and stuff. Let's see what else I got here. I got Canson blue line comic layout pages. These are awesome. If you want little pads to lay out, how these work. You kind of see here, gives you a little grid with like notes. So you can be like page 1 here, and then you can kind of do your thumbnails right here. Just real loose thumbnails, and you can have your notes instead of having a page for each one, just depending on how you want to work. I saw this stuff. It was under $10 for it, I think, at the time. So I was like, I'll try it out. I don't know why it's blue lined, but it is blue line. But yeah, these are great for just if you're thumbnailing. It's a good little pad to try out if you want to try something new instead of using scrap paper. And then I have the actual Canson blue line art boards. These are the difference between this and the Strathmore. The difference between that one and this one. This is a little bit more grittier surface. Not by much, but it does hold up a little bit better for washes. But if you'd like inking with a nib, cross hatching, I would suggest using the Bristol Strathmore board because it's smoother and it works better with a nib. And then last thing I got in here, this is a great watercolor pad. If I need want a watercolor pad to travel with, I did Stanuary, a lot of the Stanuary stuff I did in here. You can see I was thumbnailing the Catherine and Danny, but there's a Daredevil. That's Catherine's friend Amy that I was trying to practice drawing with Ziggy Stardust, David Bowie, like face painting. These are just kind of like loose sketches. I still got a lot of blanks in here. I think some of the paper. What's nice about this paper is that you can. That was supposed to be Black Knight. Ooh, sorry about that. That's supposed to be Black Knight from Marvel. I don't know the character at all, but he looked badass, and I think Kit Harington's playing it in the new MCU. We'll see. I don't know much about it. Bluebird, an old character. Atuma, I think is the name of this. It was like an old bad guy. Human Torch, kind of half-assed finished. So that's a Danny Catherine sketch. And then I got Spider-Man on the first page. But yeah, this is all gouache coloring. This is me like learning how to do it. Yeah, Brando. Yeah, I'll be narrowing it down now. I've just been trying so many different kinds, just to see what holds up better. What works better for me personally. I mean, going forward, I'm sticking with the arches. Like if I'm going to do finished pieces, the arches. This paper that I just got today, it doesn't come in a case or anything. It just came in this big cardboard. This is a Strathmore Bristol board or Bristol plate 3-ply. This is the stuff that Alex Ross uses that I saw on his website. So I ordered a big sheet of that, and that's what is actually printed here. This is what I'll be painting. That's the original pencils, and then I scanned it and printed it on that paper. This one is actually probably going to be a test run because I'm fixing something with her foot here. So this is going to be me practicing with that paper and the gouache, just so I have a reference. I can do all my mistakes here. That way, when I do the finished one, I'll know what to do and what not to do. Because I'm still learning how to color, but hopefully this one turns out as like a finished piece that I could actually add to like a start of a portfolio. Now onto some of the tools. I got these little like marker holder things. I got them on Amazon. It was like $5 for a 2-pack. Little organizer. So I got all my brushes here. Get cigarette in the way. But flat brush is nice for big areas. These are see these three here. The green tip, the big one, and the red tip. These are black velvet. These are like these have become my top watercolor brushes that I use. They're really expensive. This was like 50 something bucks for these three. So yeah, I mean, I always heard great things about these for watercoloring. So I was like, I gotta try them. And yeah, they're fantastic. So if you do you work with watercolors or whatever, these are great. The other ones I use, I kind of use a mix and assortment here. This is a Winsor Newton Series 7 number 4. This was the original one that I bought for inking, and the point is still fantastic on it. And I use it for painting now for like little finer details and lines. This works great. And also, this is a Winsor Newton Series 7 number 1, a little smaller brush head for a little bit finer details that I use. And then the other ones I kind of dabble with here are also Winsor Newton. There are the Cotman series. These ones you can get like Hobby Lobby. So I got like a triple aught and a double aught for like really fine points, and then a flat head, or not a flat head, but a flat brush with a little bit smaller tip than the bigger ones there. The flat brushes are great for gouache because you can get a nice flat surface on them. A lot of people prefer the flat ones over the round ones. I use a combination of both. Some of these here are just backup brushes. They're like bamboo brushes right here. I bought from like Hobby Lobby years ago. This is just like a backup. I think this one came with like a set, but I think I use this for whiteout if I'm inking. It's a little crappier brush. I got some backup microns here. Like here's the brush micron that came in a set. Got a calligraphy nib there. These are more of the top markers if I use markers. You know what? I'll put these over in the light. All right. Get a little bit more light going here. But this one, this set, I think I showed them before. I forgot what they're called. SLA, STA, something like that. I saw them on Amazon. They're fine liners or pigment liners. STA. You could see them if you search like, fine liners or pigment liners on Amazon. They were on sale for like $8 for a huge set that comes in like a 0.5 all the way up to like a 0.8, and it comes with a brush too. I don't know if you can see the top. There we go. So those right here. So it's like a big ass set for $8, and then they're actually pretty good. Can't refill them though. So if they do run out, they're out. But for $8, it's not bad. Got some backup Stidler ones. A lot of these are over the years I have. Some of these are crappy that I don't really use. I just kind of keep around. These are all Copic multi-liners or fine liners? Multi-liner. This is the packs you can find at like right here. You can find it like Hobby Lobby. I think it's like $20 comes. But what's great about these is they have get more light up here. They have a point right there, 0.03 nib head, which I think they're the only ones to my knowledge right now that do that, and that means you can get some insane amount of detail just because like how tiny the head is. I can't even think I'll be able to get it to focus on it. But yeah, it's like a needle head point, so you can get super fine detail. But they come in a 0.03, 05, on 01, and an 03. So right here, I think these were two sets I'd combined. There's some calligraphy nibs I got off Amazon. I bought them. There was like 7 of them. I thought they were all different. Turns out they're all the same thing. So I have 7 of the same bamboo, or not bamboo, but wooden nibs, which I use for the bigger crow quills, smaller ones. I got a speedball crow quill in there, and this is the speedball handle with the little grip I use. I'm sure you see most guys that use this have a grip on there. I personally actually do need it because of my hand. These right here, I would suggest people try buying if you're interested in marker sets. These are what I mostly use if I'm not using my brushes now. It's the Tombow. Um, they're calligraphy pens, and there's a blue and a black. And the blue one here, it's got a tougher nib. It's stiffer, and then this one is a lot looser. It's more like a brush. But these are fantastic. I mean, you can get super control with these. Really, really good control over like what you're going to do with your line with these. So it's if you're starting out inking or you want to try something, um, I think the control on these is better than Copics and what do you call it, microns and stuff. That's just me though because of my hand, but I do think the control on these are awesome, and you can get a real thick to thin line in one stroke, kind of like a brush in a way. What else I got back here? I have. I think this is the first. What are they called? Now the name's escaping me. What's a brush pen? I have a gray. It's ink and water mixed in here for gray tones. So it comes off. So if I ever just need shadows in a light gray, that's what's inside of here. I had a second one a while ago, and I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared. But these are good for like on the go brush use if you're inking. Um, let's see. And I got a set of microns here. So nothing special. Fine point pen, just a couple of sorted pens there, nothing crazy. Um, Over here, I got all my jars for water because I have a ton of them. Get the little water droppers. These are vital if you're working in water formats. They're very cheap and you can reuse them a million times. This is a brush washer here. You put the brushes up here and let them soak in the water. Tub. This is another brush washer I bought at Hobby Lobby. And I wish I would have bought this sooner. It's not that big, but it seals. It's water sealable and it's got a top. And it clamps down, and you can bring this if you travel with stuff, and the water will not spill out of there. And it's got a removable brush washer part to it. So if you just want to use it as water there, and if not, you can put it as a brush washer. And then my paints, which I've all sorted here, kind of. I'm adjusting and going to be updating my paints from using tubes. I'm putting them inside of the actual palettes, which I'll show you here. But these are Arteza gouache all up here. And then the white tubes down here are the Winsor Newton, the higher quality, call it, like the artist brand designer gouache, which I bought a set of those. And I got a big tube of black there. Let's see here. I got some folders of paper. These are what I was talking about here. This is where I keep my paint now. I just bought a brand new one. It's what this is called I actually have the box here. It's a Transcend paint storage box. It's got 24 wells. But this thing is airtight. You just gotta, so if you put your paints or your watercolors in here, they'll stay fresh. Just you just gotta spritz them with water every once in a while just to keep them going. But yeah, you can see this. That's been in here for a couple weeks and like they're still really moist. But this palette, I kind of screwed it up. I kind of just threw it together without really thinking about it. It's got colors just kind of all over the place. But I'm ordering new Arteza gouache soon, and I'm going to be putting them all in. I'm going to get 2 more of these, and I'm going to have all the colors, coordinated together. That way, it's not like a jumble mess. But yeah, these are awesome. They're like it was like $18. It might have been cheaper than that. But yeah, if you're using paint and stuff like that, they're great. Over here, I have another little storage container. It's kind of like, this is like my backup leads for my pencils, which are over here. I might mean to show that. Stidler lead holder. We got a Kuritoga, the auto rotating head. That's one I think I use a lot for comic work. This one I use mostly for regular graphite lead, for like stuff like this. Pencils and everything. I also have some regular pencils. This is what is this one? This is a Faber-Castell H pen. If I light box, I like to use the H lead. It's the hardest, and it's very light going down. Doesn't lay down really thick, so you can trace real easy and you can erase really easy. So I use that when I light box. And speaking of light box, that's what this is right here. I forgot the name of it. they're inexpensive, not too bad on Amazon. I think it was 20 something, 27 or 30. But yeah, it's a great tool if you do traditional work. A lot of the digital guys, they can import pictures and lower the transparency of it, and then do an outline over it, and then instead of having to draw the figures, make their time a little bit quicker. So that's a way of doing it traditionally. You can print out with a printer. Here, I'll show you. That's what these folders and this thing here are for, which I just got today. But like print out male body templates. There's a whole bunch of them here, different poses and stuff. So that way, if I just need a quick figure reference, you can just grab that, pop that right onto the top of the light board here, put whatever paper I'm actually working on over that, and I can kind of trace it and then build the character out. But it saves me time of doing the whole body outline if I don't want to build it, which I still do. I still do build the bodies on my own, but sometimes when I just want to paint and I don't want to sit there and spend 2 hours, doing the figure, I can just quickly do the outline with the light board and then cut my time in half. What else we got here? Down below, this drawer is like a miscellaneous kind of rags, paper towels. I got a Winsor Newton travel watercolor kit. The little pans. I think the lady at Hobby Lobby, when I bought this, I think she screwed up because I think this is like normally like $30. Let me see if I can get it open. This one's kind of old. It's only like 30 something bucks, this whole set. And somebody had another tag on it, and I knew it was wrong, but I was like, screw it, I'll try it anyway. And it was like for 15, and she scanned it, and she was like, where did you find this? I'm like, it's over by the paints. And she's like, oh, okay. And then did it for 15 bucks, and I'm like, sweet. It's a little travel kit. That's the Arteza box. It's hard to see. A little dark down here. I don't have great lighting. And in the bottom drawer, you can't see in there. It's just another couple of rags, and I got a couple palettes in there. My real good palettes that I'm going to be using when I paint this. Well, they're all good palettes, but this is my one of my number ones I use, and then I got two or three in the dishwasher right now to try to get super clean, which I think will be done here in a couple minutes, so I can actually start painting. Alrighty. Deleter. What's Deleter A for? Because I use the inks that I mostly use when I brush. It's Deleter. Do this right here. Deleter number 4. I love this ink. If you use traditional and you're brush inking, it is a little thick, I think, for nibs. But if you're doing any kind of brush inking or stuff like that, this stuff is awesome. It lays down super black, super quickly dries, and it's water resistant. But yeah, it's Deleter number 4 I use mostly. I even got their, I got to try the other one. This is Deleter number 2 white. And they have a number 1 or a number something else in the white that I haven't tried, but this stuff's great too. I like it better than right here. This is the Pro White. I like the Deleter better than that. This stuff lays down more opaque immediately, so you can do like 1 to 2 layers, and you'll cover up any kind of black line. Sometimes I find with the Pro White, you got to get the right mix. You got to mix it right because it dries out quickly. It's still good stuff, but you got to kind of play with the consistency to get the right flow of it. That way it lays down good. Otherwise, you'd be doing 2 or 3, 4 or 5 layers of white out just to get rid of one black line. Let's see what else I got in here. The pencil drawers. These are a bunch of kind of different rulers and French curve type of things here. A circle template. And then the bottom drawer is more templates. Another circle template. I got a calligraphy lettering template. There's a couple more underneath there, but the main ones I use, I got a nail in this drawing table that I hang them on. That's the main French curve that I use mostly all the time. And what's nice about this too is if you do ink with a nib, what's the name of it? I can't think of the name, but it's got that serrated edge where it's raised, so you can actually use this to ink and it won't smudge. This is a ellipse template, and that's what this is too. It's a cooler, little more expansive ellipse template for circles, so it's good for like tires and weird kind of ellipses, which are really hard to get right. So these are very helpful. Leader A4. Oh, you're talking about the paper? Is that what you mean? The Leader A4? Is that what it is? I think that I know what that is. I've seen it. That's the paper, right? The manga paper. Is it? What size is that stuff? I was almost gonna try that before, but I was like, I like working 11 by 17, and I thought that stuff was a little smaller. But I think that's almost basically it here. Oh, I got my plant and my old school fireplace right here, which I never use. Which would be great if we can get it taken out of the house because it'll save on insurances. And I could turn it into like a fire pit in the back, and I could put my drawing table up there and get a little bit more room. This house is very it's built. The dimensions are kind of wonky. Oh, here's share these two before I start the actual painting. Sketchbooks. If you need sketchbooks, I've tried a bunch of them. I mean, any sketchbook's good. I kept hearing about these. I was always curious to know like what's the top of the line one, you know. And I kept hearing about these Elo sketchbooks, and every time I went to order them, they were never available. So I'm like, well, they got to be good if every time you try to get them, they're not available. But I was able to finally get a couple. A little smaller one here, but the paper, it's not awesome for water-based stuff. It does buckle real easy. I mean, this right here was watercolor, all this. And you see, it doesn't really bleed too much. Actually, take it back. Was it all marker? No, that was all watercolor. So I mean, it does hold up a little bit. It's just not super great for it. But inking and penciling, it's like drawing on a cloud. It's very soft paper. I wish this kind of paper would be like workable for water-based mediums. But it's just like a little sketchbook I had where I was just doing little doodles and stuff. Faces and practicing shit. And then this is the bigger one, which I'm not even close to being done with. I've only kind of just started playing around with it. But sketchbooks, man, if you don't have one and you're an artist, you need to get one. I know some people don't have them, don't use them, but that's where you work out all the shit. You know, if you got an idea, you start it in your sketchbook. That way you can screw it up and mess it up and make all the mistakes in here, and then kind of see what works for you and doesn't. I'm actually thinking about trying to add a little gouache to some of these to see how it holds up. These are a little sneak peek here. Eric Mogul, aka X0 on the Discord. We're doing a little short story. I'm not going to give away the details, but these are the beginning character sketches for some of them here. These are not final by any means. These are me trying to figure out what the character are going to look like. So 99.9% sure these won't actually be the final designs. This one might be, but the other two won't. That was a little sketch I did of Mephisto. A little headshot. I think that was it. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot of to go in this sketchbook, but these are great. They're not too expensive. I think it was 18, but you know, it's got the little ribbon. It's got a little spot in the back of the books too, so you can keep kind of keep stuff in here. Speaking of which, I have something in here. Oh yeah, nice. Another template I had hidden in there. But yeah, it's got a little sleeve in the back. Get it working there. Yeah, so you can kind of keep stuff in there. Awesome little sketchbooks, though. Definitely recommend them. But on to the main part of the shoe. So let me, oh, this is my table here. I'll show you the lights. You got this little adjustable light here. It's got different settings. So you got different colors you can play with. And then it's got a brightness setting, so you can turn the brightness up and down. But this is a cool ass light. And then I got this little light at Target. This was like my main light I've had for forever. And then I have a tablet holder stand thing here that this is where my tablet, or if I put my phone where I'm streaming, which I'll be doing here in a minute when I paint, but this is where my tablet will sit, and then I'll try to figure out the angle to actually start painting. But yeah, that's basically it. Oh, I got some, let me see if I can get some light down there. Kind of hard to see down here, but I have a bunch of long boxes. I showed you some of the smaller boxes. I got 4 long boxes of comics right there. I'm filling up the third one or the fourth one right now. And then that bookcase over there, that's all my trades. But I got them all around me. But my goal one day is to have enough money here eventually to build everything around me, to build kind of shelving units around here. like this. Not so much here, obviously, because the windows, but kind of have a way of displaying like my books, and it'd be a little bit, more of an artist atmosphere here because I got a bunch of blank shelves, my dirty walls. I got to clean here. Oh my God, look how dirty that is compared to where the picture frame was. Oh God, that's what happens when you inherit an old house from your grandparents. But yeah, so eventually one day I'm gonna have this wall back here filled with different kind of comic art, like I have over there, the beauty pictures there. Like I'd like to have the whole wall here just filled with stuff like that. All right, well, let me get this camera angle set up. Try painting here a little bit. There is somebody, if you guys don't know, Nefarious in our Discord. Um, what is the name of their channel here? Let me find my phone. Because they're streaming right now, and I like watching those guys. Let me see what they call it here. It's like comics something. Global Frequency Studios. The Flock. They're interviewing what's his name? Garrett and Aaron as they chat with Scott Wilson. That's his name. Scott Wilson from the Flock. Actually, no, I think I might do that, and then we'll come back to maybe I'll stream a little bit later when I'm painting, finishing up. But awesome. Well, at least you were watching, Brando. Hopefully, some people check this out later and find it kind of useful. But if you got any questions, anybody watching, drop them in below and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.